The old Greek legend tells of a war in the heavens between the immortal beings of the universe, deities worshipped as the principal gods of Greece. The victors of this war became known as the gods, while the defeated were called the Titans and were imprisoned beneath Mount Tartarus. A weapon of unimaginable power, the Epirus Bow, said to have been forged by Heracles, was lost during the battle and remained hidden on Earth. It is believed that whoever possesses the bow can release the Titans. At the beginning of the movie, the virgin oracle Phaedra has a vision in which she sees King Hyperion using the Epirus Bow to release the Titans. Her fellow high priestesses comfort her, and they pray together. Moments later, King Hyperion and his army raid the Sibylline monastery. Inside, he desecrates sacred ground. He intends to find the Epirus Bow using the oracle's visions. Hyperion reveals that he wants to use the bow to end the reign of the gods, who stood by idly as his wife and children died of disease. When a priest tries to preach salvation to him, Hyperion becomes enraged and enlightens the priest by burning him alive. Next, we meet our protagonist, Theseus, chopping wood and speaking with an old man who jokes that he should use that same energy to find a partner. Theseus has been trained in the military arts by this old man, who secretly encourages him to become a protector of mankind. Unknown to Theseus, the old man is actually Zeus in disguise. Theseus and his mother, Aethra, a devout servant of the gods, are outcasts because Theseus is a bastard child. The next day, the city receives news that King Hyperion is marching to destroy it, and the people must evacuate immediately to Mount Tartarus. As Theseus and his mother attempt to leave, a guard stops them, saying peasants like them can only travel the next day. Theseus becomes furious when the guard insults him and his mother, calling him a bastard and her a whore. Things escalate, but the commander intervenes and promises the villagers will be escorted later. Impressed by Theseus's fighting skills, the commander invites him to join the army, but Theseus refuses because the commander had earlier tried to abandon them. Meanwhile, a soldier named Lysander is dishonorably discharged for recklessness, insubordination, and breaking military protocol. Stripped of his weapons, he is scheduled to leave the next day. That night, the old man walks past a statue and senses something unusual. He transforms and is revealed to be Zeus. He commands the statue, which changes into Athena, the goddess of wisdom. Sometimes, gods descend from Mount Olympus and live among mortals, blending in perfectly. However, Zeus enforces a strict rule. No god may interfere in mortal affairs unless the Titans are released. Later that night, Lysander murders the city guards and defects to Hyperion's army, which has turned a sanctuary into a military camp. He informs the king of a vulnerable village and begs to join the army. Hyperion accepts but punishes him by smashing his genitals with a hammer to prevent him from reproducing. In another scene, a monk is tortured for refusing to reveal the oracle's location. Instead, he cuts out his tongue. The next day, Theseus remembers how the old man trained him. Suddenly, he sees that his village is under attack. Determined to save his mother, he fights Hyperion's soldiers, but is eventually outnumbered and captured. As he's about to be executed, Hyperion intervenes, only to force him to watch his mother's execution. Furious and heartbroken, Theseus is knocked unconscious and sent to work in the salt mines. The gods witness these atrocities from Mount Olympus. Though they sympathize with mankind, Zeus forbids them from interfering. Ares expresses outrage, but Zeus reminds him that divine intervention will be punished by death. While in the mines, Theseus, on the verge of death, meets Phaedra and her attendants, who have also been imprisoned. When she touches him, she has a vision. Theseus will either save humanity or help bring about its destruction. During a distraction caused by the priestesses, Phaedra escapes with Theseus and two fellow slaves, Stavros and Darius. The remaining three priestesses are captured and beaten, but each claims to be the oracle. Hyperion deduces the missing fourth is the real oracle. In rage, he kills the messenger for failing to catch her and demands that the true oracle be brought to him unharmed. Theseus plans to steal a ship and assassinate Hyperion, but they are ambushed. Seeing this, Athena and Ares persuade Poseidon to help. Without Zeus noticing, Poseidon dives from Olympus into the ocean, creating a massive tidal wave that wipes out Hyperion's forces. Afterward, Phaedra has another vision of Theseus standing beside a shrouded body. She interprets this as a sign that he must return home to bury his mother. Theseus wraps his mother's body in a shroud and takes her into the labyrinth. He cuts his leg, making it bleed, so he won't get lost inside the maze. As he buries her, a rock obstructs the ground. After breaking it, he discovers the Epirus Bow. Meanwhile, Hyperion has sent the Minotaur and his soldiers to intercept them. The soldiers kill Darius, but after a brutal fight with the Minotaur, Theseus kills the creature by chopping off its head with a meat cleaver. From a distance, he uses the bow to free the others. Phaedra tends to Theseus's wounds. Having fallen in love with him, she begs him to take her virginity. Hoping to free herself from the curse of her visions, they make love. The next day, they head toward the monastery and notice that the army legions have vanished. A monk hears the sound of the brazen bull and realizes the priestesses were tortured inside it. Together, the trio manage to bring it down and find the 3 high priestesses still alive inside. Theseus and Stavros are soon surrounded, and a jackal steals the Epirus Bow, delivering it to Hyperion. Just when all hope seems lost, Ares descends from Olympus and slaughters the soldiers in seconds. Athena joins him, bringing horses and urging the group to retrieve the Epirus Bow before it reaches Hyperion. Feeling betrayed, Zeus descends from Olympus to punish his children for their defiance. Athena begs for forgiveness, but Ares attempts to justify his actions. Enraged, Zeus pulls a fire whip from a brazier and strikes Ares down, killing him instantly. Zeus tells Theseus that no more aid will come from the gods. He must now prove worthy of the faith Zeus has placed in him. Theseus, Stavros, and Phaedra take Athena's horses and ride to make a final stand against Hyperion's forces. Upon reaching Mount Tartarus, the horses die, their task complete. Hyperion acquires the Epirus Bow, but when scouts reveal that the gods' interests lie with the oracle and the slaves, he kills them to keep the information secret. At Mount Tartarus, Theseus realizes there is no army, only a small group of defenders. Their only defense is the city gate. He warns King Cassander, leader of the Hellenic resistance, that Hyperion plans to destroy the Hellenes and release the Titans, but Cassander ignores him, choosing instead to negotiate peace. Hyperion's envoy approaches Theseus, offering him a chance to pledge loyalty, but he refuses. Hyperion then uses the Epirus Bow to destroy the city wall, killing many defenders. Theseus rallies the Hellenic army and leads them into battle. As the 2 armies clash, Hyperion storms through the battlefield, kills Cassander, and blasts open the mountain, releasing the Titans. Zeus, Poseidon, Athena, Heracles, and Apollo descend from Olympus to confront the Titans. Zeus destroys the Epirus Bow with Ares' warhammer and urges Theseus to find and confront Hyperion. The gods initially overpower the Titans, but they are eventually overwhelmed. All are killed except Zeus and a badly wounded Poseidon. As Athena dies, she begs Zeus not to abandon mankind. Hyperion mortally wounds Theseus, but Theseus overpowers him and fatally stabs him during a final embrace. Zeus then collapses Mount Tartarus, burying the Titans and Hyperion's forces. He ascends to Olympus with Athena's body, while Poseidon and the dying Theseus are also taken to Olympus. There, Theseus is granted a place among the gods. Over time, Theseus's story becomes legend. Phaedra gives birth to his son Acamas, who begins to show signs of prophetic visions like the oracle. The old man tells Acamas that he too will one day rise to fight evil. As the movie ends, Acamas sees a vision of the sky filled with Olympians, Titans, and his father Theseus locked in an eternal battle. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you on the next video.